Information Echo. Executive Tower.
Information Echo.
15.
Alright, we are good for a run up, and we have Information Echo. Okay, now we just taxi out there, and then we need to do a run up, which just means we run the engine up a little bit to make sure that kind of all the other instruments are working properly with it, and that the engine runs smoothly. Then we'll be ready for takeoff. So I'm going to pull up here and talk to ground. Ground manages the airport environment, but no planes in the air. They just talk to people on the ground. So even if you're like a gas truck or something and you need to go out there, they all have to coordinate with ground. And we're going to pick up something called flight following, which is so that once we're in the air and headed to Conroe, so even like though we're between airports, we'll still be talking to our air traffic control so that they can like keep an eye on us. We're not their priority. There's other traffic that they're really watching out for, but it's just good. So if there's something we need to avoid or help avoid other traffic, like they'll let us know. Austin Executive Ground, Mooney 1158 November, ready to taxi with Information Echo, and would also like to pick up flight following to Charlie X-Ray Oscar at 7,500.
1158 November, roger. Say type of aircraft?
Mooney M20 Turbo for 58 November.
Roger, flight following on request.
Appreciate it, 58 November. And ground, 58 November is ready to taxi with Echo.
58 November, runway 13, taxi out.
13 via Alpha, 58 November. Alright, so here's where we do our run-up. Speed brakes, test.
25 Foxtrot, previously called.
And check.
Final report inside.
Those look good. Flight controls, free and correct.
Mooney 58 November, squawk 4544, departure frequency 120.87.
4544, 120.87, 58 November. Target altitude is 7,500. Alright, switch to tower. 120.87, that's our Austin departure. Got somebody coming in to land right here. Austin Executive Tower, Mooney 1158 November, ready for departure 13.
58 November, hold short, arriving aircraft.
Holding short 13, 58 November.
November, runway 13, clear for takeoff, maintain runway heading at or below 3,000 feet.
Maintain runway heading at or below 3,000 feet, clear for takeoff 135 November. Alright, dial at 3,000 feet. And maintain runway heading. Alright, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Alright, let's get the gear more flaps up.
November, contact Austin departure 120.87.
120.87, 58 November, good day. Austin departure, Mooney 1158 November at 1,900, coming for 3,000 runway heading.
Mooney 1158 November, IDEN, Austin altimeters 3023.
3023 IDEN, 58 November.
58 November, you're ready to contact. Let's make it 2 miles southeast of the Austin Executive Airport. Proceed on course to Conroe, just maintain VFR at or below 3,000 for now.
Maintain VFR at or below 3,000, direct on course, 58 November. Alright, so we can turn, but we cannot go above 3,000 feet for now.
November, 58 November, traffic at your 11 o'clock and 3 miles. Appears to be same direction going to Conroe as well. It looks like it's an experimental 5,500.
looking for that traffic, 5-8 November.
5-8 November, you can make altitude at your discretion. That traffic's at your 11 o'clock and 3 miles, same direction, 5,500, speed 150, across the ground indicating.
Altitude, my discretion, and still looking for that traffic, 5-8 November. Alright, so he cleared us up to the 7,500 we want to go to.
RV 4. And 5-8 November, turn 10 degrees right. I'm going to keep you north of some parachute jumping that's in progress at Lexington.
10 degrees right, 5-8 November. Could you hear that parachute jump? So, yeah.
Are they your only insight to air traffic, or does this?
This shows it too, yeah. So if you look on here, you can see
November, 139,
there's this guy. So the air traffic control has been telling me to like look for that guy. So he's out here somewhere. He's like 5 miles away, and that usually he's a really small plane, so he's going to be pretty hard to see. But we're at a very similar altitude, so we do need to keep an eye out for him. Alright, we are hitting our altitude, right? Sorry, push that a little quick. We're coming right to our altitude, so try to stop us from climbing any higher. We're at 7,500. This is telling us our throttle. We're at 26 inches of manifold pressure. It's kind of like just how much air it's intaking. And then we're at 2,200 RPM. That's how fast the actual propeller is spinning. I try to dial this. This is the amount of gas actually flowing into the engine.
Number 1158 November, same for you. You can resume on navigation for Conroe. Thank you.
Resume mode navigation for Conroe, 5-8 November. Alright, and he just cleared us to go back direct to Conroe, so we're gonna just aim west again. And let's see what else we have. So it says we have 33 minutes to get to Conroe. It's 85 miles. How are you feeling?
Traffic's no factor.
Amazing.
4,000, good.
So the protocol for them talking to you and you talking to them, do you have to press down a button for them to hear what you're saying?
Yeah, right over here on my pinky, or my index finger. And he just had to switch to this new tower, or this new air traffic control, so I need to call him and let him know that we're here whenever he finishes talking to these current people. Houston Center, Mooney 1158 November at 7,500.
1158 November, approach Roger, call altimeter is 3022.
3022, 5-8 November.
Do the throttle or the pedals control the fuel, or is this the fuel intake?
This is the throttle here.
Okay, what are the pedals for?
There's a rudder, so if you feel that, like the side to side.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And then that's also how you steer with the wheel up front, so like when we're taxiing around, you push in. Instead of doing this, you push in with your feet.
Okay.
But we fly at different altitudes for separation, and so we just kind of picked 7,500, and that guy just picked 5,500 by chance. But like traffic going east wants to be at an odd number, like 7, and then traffic going west wants to be at even, and so that's how you just, it's just the regular rules, and you follow that to just keep it safe.
I was always wondering that.
So as we're coming into Conroe, since we're 20 minutes out, we do what my instructor taught me is called a wire check. So you do weather, so that was what we were listening to there. So that's information echo, so it tells us what to set our altimeter to. He told us the winds, they were just calm. The temperature, just kind of anything you might need to know about the conditions at the airport, so everything there is great. Then you set your instruments, so we got that set. We set our radios. We've got the tower in there, we've got ground ready, so we're just kind of, we don't have to like look up numbers to dial them in, so we'll just be all ready for that stuff. Then the E stands for everything else, but just making sure we're in a good cruise, we're not quite ready to descend, we're watching out for this traffic, listening for more traffic, just trying to get all planned ahead.
115 in November, maintain VFR at or below 7,000 and contact approach 119.7.
VFR at or below 7,000 and contact approach 119.7, 5 in November. Alright, so he wants us to go down a little bit, so we're going to go down to 5,500 with that other traffic. Approach Mooney 1158 November, leaving 7,500 for 5,500.
Mooney 1158 November, Houston approach to Houston area altimeter is 3023. And counter information echoes current 14 in use.
Have information echo and 302358 November.
Roger. November 58 November, you're cleared into the Bravo airspace. Maintain VFR at 5,500. I'll call your descent.
Maintain VFR at 5,500, cleared into the Bravo. You'll call descent 58 November. So we're gonna just hold our altitude, and then he's gonna tell us when we can start going down again.
November 1158 November, descend VFR to 3,500.
Descend to 3,500 VFR 58 November. All right, so he wants us to go down again. It is a busy day out here. There's a lot of traffic coming in and out of Conroe.
I enjoy listening to it.
It's, yeah, there's a lot to keep up with. Eventually you just get really good at tuning a lot of it out by just hearing your own numbers, so you're...
1158 November, descend VFR at or below 2,000 for traffic, no delay on the descent.
Descent at or below 2,000 VFR, 58 November, no delay. Alright, so there's some other traffic in front of us that he's not talking to, so he's telling us just like, just get down low enough so there's no risk.
12 miles west. November 1158 November, turn right heading 120 for traffic.
Right 120, 58 November.
November 1158 November, previous traffic no factor, resume navigation at or below 2,000.
Resume O navigation at or below 2,000, 58 November. Okay, now we want to turn back to Conroe Airport.
November 58 November, Conroe Tower 124.12.
12412, good day, 58 November. Conroe Tower, Mooney 1158 November, 7 miles to the west, information echo, full stop.
1158 November, come charge, just fly due northbound for sequence.
Due north, 58 November. Yeah, he's just dealing with a lot of traffic. There's
58 November, just look for a Gulfstream. He'll be about 5 miles in front of me there on a 5-mile funnel.
Looking for that Gulfstream, 58 November. Alright, so we're looking for a big jet out here somewhere.
58 November, into the right base, 14.
Right base, 14, 58 November, and got that traffic in sight.
November, follow the Gulfstream, caution wait, turbulence, 14, clear to land.
Clear to land, 14, following the Gulfstream, 58 November. We are slow enough, we're going to put our gear down. That's the most important part about landing. So we check that's down, that says down, and those line up, so we're good there.
58 November, just keep it slow as you come inbound. The rest of just waiting to go. Runway 14, clear land.
Clear to land, 14, keeping it slow, 58 November.
Free Mike Delta.
Alright, so we do what we call a GUMPS check. That is our gas. We want on the full tank check, undercarriage, check. Mixture prop, flaps are, we don't want them down yet. Check your seatbelt, make sure it's tight. Try to maintain that 90 knots. Let's go ahead and turn. Put in our last set of flaps. Alright, we're going to aim for 85 knots right now. Got about 500 feet to go. We're close enough. I'm going to slow down a little bit more. We're looking at, alright, runway made. We pull out the throttle. Okay, now we're landed.
58 November, turn right, runway 19, contact ground.
Turn right on 19, contact ground, 58 November.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever done.
Glad you liked it.